Sometimes I hate fishing. Some of these climbs are brutal. I'm getting too old for this shit. Cheers. Thank you. Whoa, good morning. I'm just getting up here to get some breeze because I'm roasters down there. I'm just about to set up. Look at this place. Yeah. Naturally I'm after bass. With an area like this. Now this isn't far from my last video's mark. I was fishing out of that harbour and left and out to sea, but this time I'm fishing within sort of the harbour estuary area. I've got ragworm and I've got some frozen crab. Couldn't get any fresh unfortunately, but the ragworm looks tremendous. So thanks to Lauren Chi, or Lauren Chai, I think I've spelled that right, I'll put it down below. Tackle shop, which is local to here. I made a phone call last night because I was about an hour and a half away from here, and I made a phone call and the lovely lady said yes, of course we'll keep you some bait. So I went there. I was there at 8:30. It was supposed to open at 9. It opened at 9:15, which I was delighted about, and here I am getting set up ready for the last day in Cornwall. Now I have been out in the boat a couple of days, but to be honest the fishing was terrible. I got a few little things but nothing to write home about. But I had a lovely time meeting a pal, spending some time with Phil. His boat is called Real Time. Eventually met his wife under better circumstances than last time, because last time we went fishing together he took a tumble and knackered his shoulder. Loads of injuries to his shoulder, ended up having an operation, physiotherapy, etc, etc. So it was nice to meet Ali and his lovely dog Dee. We had a pasty and a cup of coffee on the marina. We docked up. I had a lovely day. The fishing really became secondary to a point where we thought, you know, we're just going to enjoy it for what it is. So we steamed about looking at different places from the sea. Some magnificent views. So thanks Phil. His channel is another angle. Please check out his channel and find out how he's been getting on in Cornwall over the last couple of weeks. So that's all the thank yous and all the mentions out the way. I'd like to thank a pal as well, who actually suggested this Mark II, because I was going to end up climbing again and going like nuts, and I couldn't be bothered. So I knew this area was fishy. Thankfully a pal got in touch with me and said, look, this is a place I fish if you want to try it. So I didn't beg anyone for marks or anything. He just kindly got in touch and said, oh, you're down my end, try here. So here I am. It's beautiful, and it's a beautiful day. Let's see if we can get some fish. I'm going to fish it down to low and back up for an hour or so. Bass is the primary target, but I am going to be scratching about. I've got ragworm, ragworm, crab. I've got a little bit of squid, a little bit of mackerel. I'll scratch about, see what I can get. Number one target is bass. Anything else that comes is a bonus. So my name's Stephen and this is Sparta Fishing. I hope you enjoy this episode. Thanks for joining me. Right, here we go. Here's the first rod set up. This is an Alpha X Bass Shakespeare 10-foot rod. I've got a 3-ounce lead on and I've got a 1 up, 1 down flapper with some ragworm on. The reel it's paired up with is the, what is it? Achios Spyro GT 5000. I've got 30-pound braid straight through, which is spider wire, I believe. Right, I'm just going to flick this into this nice little area here in the channel, and then I'll swap the rod over on the rod stand and get the bigger rod a bit further out. Oh, that's a good start. Good job I didn't try and belt that one. What's happened there? What's coming off there? I don't know. False start. Had a bit of a false start there. I don't know what happened. It's a good job I didn't try and belt it out though, I know that. Right, I hope that's there. Right, that one's in. Don't know what happened there. Right, first rod's in the water. It's really hard to see where the camera's at in this sunlight. I'm sorry if it's in your face, but unfortunately the wind's coming that way, so I want to be behind these rocks. I'm saying wind, it's a little bit of a breeze. It's quite nice, to be honest. Let us get the other rod set up. I think I'll put a bit of crab on there if it's defrosted and chuck that a little bit further to the right. This one's just in this little gully here. Hoping something nice will pick it up. This is a lovely session to be on this, to wrap up the 7-8 days I've had. Great stuff. Right, second rod is set up. I've put a little pulley pennel on here. Just a 3/0 up to a 2. The 4-ounce lead. The rod I've got here is the Achios Fury FX 420, which is 14 foot. Which chucks anything from, I don't know, 3 to 7 ounces really. It's a good all-rounder for this sort of fishing, for beach fishing. A little bit soft for heavy ground. It would manage, it's just not ideal, but for everything else it's perfect. It's paired up with a Shimano Ultegra 5,500. Again, 30-pound spider wire braid straight through. I'm just going to chuck this one into the channel a bit further. Nothing's a big chuck here, to be honest, so should be alright. Yeah, lovely. Lovely jubbly. The crab hadn't quite defrosted yet, hence why I've just put ragworm on that one as well. And we'll just got to hope for a bite now. It's warm. I might get moved down onto the rock in front, but there's a nice little backstop here where I can sit down and just get settled, get all my stuff organised. Look, I'll show you. There's all my gear, look. And you are just sat on that rock nicely. There we go. Right, well, thanks again for joining me. Hopefully I can fetch you another fish, another few fish. Just to round the trip off, I've had a fantastic time. I've visited some lovely places up and down the coast. I've trekked for miles. I've had a trip down memory lane on the Torre Point ferry past HMS Raleigh, Pierre Sellers. all the sort of areas where I done my Navy training 28 years ago. Oh, that's a knock. Yeah, I've had a great time, a great time. I can't wait to come back. I will be down for the Cornish Lure Festival, that's for sure. Is that a knock or is that the wind? Hard to tell at the moment. Yeah, I'll be back down here September. In the meantime, I've got the Isle of Skye to look forward to. I've got loads of fishing in Northumberland to look forward to. Up in Scotland, across the southwest. Maybe a trip to Wales, I don't know yet. I'm not sure if my heart is still broken or I'm sort of thriving to go back. Wales always, oh, it's a funny old place. Loads of people do well, and twice as many people don't. And unfortunately I'm in the second category. Should I give it another crack? What do you think? Leave us a comment. Should I do Wales again? Any suggestions where to go? Let me know. Comment down below where you think I should maybe try out. Lures or bait, I don't mind. I love fishing beaches. Other than lure fishing, I mean, that's my bread and butter. But when I'm bait fishing, beaches are my number one. I just love it. Love being out on the beach. And I would guess, secondly, is probably marks like this, to be honest. I haven't done much estuary fishing over the years, but I'm really beginning to enjoy it. Using lighter sort of tackle and stuff like that, really enjoyable. I didn't think I would, but I am. I always take the mick out of a few of my pals saying, oh, you're just putting little one hooks on, little size 1 hooks. And they're like, ah, you don't know what you're missing. And they were right, you know. So I'm going to keep plugging away, trying doing this sort of fishing a bit more in the future. But I drop us a comment. Also drop us an email if you want any Sparta merch. T-shirts, caps, beanies, hoodies. Out you want. I'll send you a price list, no problem. Well, I am getting little taps. Let's have a look. Oh, it must be a crab. There's no fight to it. Oh, it is a fish. It's a fish. What a stonker! Get in! First cast. Whoa, wait to see this. Bad lad. Look at that. It's another PB. Oh, that's even bigger than the last one I got. Whoa, it's 2 PB wrasse this week. Look at him. Bang, let's get him back. missed that one. Oh, I got a little excited there. Seen a bite and just, rather than trying to land it, rather than trying to hook it up, I just lifted in. Unfortunately, it wasn't there. Never mind. I'm getting bites, that's the main thing. Hey, if wrasse are the only thing that's there, then so be it. Because I tell you what, there's not many bad ones around here. There's probably locals thinking, well, that's not very big. It is for me. I do get some decent ones up Eyemouth and St Abbs and stuff in the summer. My mate Davey, he's a wrasse king, he catches some belters. But I think even he would be impressed at the size of these ones. Well, it's been dreadfully quiet since that first fish. Is it the curse? Looks like it at the minute. Rods have went a couple of times, but no to really get us excited. I thought it was going to be a wrasse fest, which I would have loved, because I got a cracker the other day on the previous video, which was my PB. I don't weigh them, but I can tell if they're bigger. But I think the last one was slightly bigger. Certainly felt slightly heavier. A good fish to catch to give a hell of a bite. But they seem to have went off the boil. So I'll stick it out for a bit. The tide's bang on low now. And apparently this fish is better over low and up for a couple of hours. So let's hope that's true, eh? I've got some great ragworm. The crab's frozen fair enough, but I couldn't get hold of any fresh. Don't know what else I can do really, other than just chuck it out and keep hoping. What a beautiful place, so let's have a look about. There's a sort of beachy area up there. Lots of craft on the water. Lots of yachts. Lots of money. I just got to be careful of the ribs coming in and out to join their ships, boats, yachts. There's one heading towards me now. They don't generally go across the line. The line's pretty much in the water, about 10 foot out. So they're never really going to hit the line, to be honest. Imagine living over there. Ooh. I bet them houses are worth a few quid. What a beautiful view to wake up to. It marks the 80th anniversary of the D-Day landings. It's always good to pay your respect and remember those who have fallen. All those men sacrificed their lives so you could have a say, you could have an opinion, and you could live the way you wanted to live. Don't forget women who were involved in the war. You know, the battle at home was terrible as well. Imagine, you know, not knowing where your next food was coming, where your next bit of food was coming from for your kids. Obviously women worked as military personnel as well, comms, etc. Played a vital role during the conflict, so it's men and women who are remembered today. My own granddad, he was dropped at Sword Beach. He survived the war, and he came back a little bit heavier than he went. Ended up with some shrapnel on his knee, which as a kid, he's not with us anymore, but as a kid I used to always say, "Grandad, gives a look at your knee again. Gives a look at your knee." I used to think he'd been shot in the knee. That way you were shot? He'll say, "No, it's shrapnel." I said, "Aye, but you were shot, weren't you?" As you do as a kid, he got excited because he thought Grandad had been shot. He didn't get excited as you grow up, like you realise how treacherous the conditions and conflict was. So lest we forget.